This is a follow-up of my previous TWIF looking at the effects of ocean acidification on the oyster proteome. These are non-metric multidimensional scaling plots which show the overall protein expression for 2,677 proteins in multidimensional space for each oyster. So each dot on a plot represents the proteome expression profile for an oyster at the different treatments. In plot A, the oysters in blue are the ones that were the controls that were exposed to PCO2 of 400 microatmospheres, and the ones in orange are the oysters exposed to ocean acidification scenario of 2,800 microatmospheres. And between these two treatment groups, there's actually a significant difference in proteome expression. And I'll talk about that a little more in a minute. In plot B, it's a similar type of plot, but the oysters in the solid squares are the controls at 400 microatmospheres, and the open squares represent the oysters that were stressed with mechanical stress at 400 microatmospheres. And again, this is a significant difference between these two groups of oysters in terms of proteome expression profiles. In plot C, it's similar to plot B, except these are non-stressed and mechanically stressed oysters at 2,800 microatmospheres. That's the ocean acidification scenario. And there's no significant difference between these two treatment groups. So we can look at these a little more closely and actually find out which proteins are causing this shift in expression between the two treatment groups. So basically the proteins that are responsible for the space represented by the green arrow. And these are the proteins that are significant in terms of differential expression in that multivariate space between the 2,800 and 400 microatmospheres. And these proteins are involved in transport, cellular stress, response and signaling, oxidative stress response, metabolism and translation, signal transduction, more metabolism and transcription, and oxidation reduction. And overall, these proteins are expressed at lower levels at elevated PCO2 compared to the control. And we can do the same thing with the mechanically stressed oysters at 400 microatmospheres. And overall, the proteins that are expressed differently between these two groups are involved in apoptosis and stress and oxidation reduction processes.